Hey everybody, welcome back. Starting to play some Isaac, perhaps a game you might be familiar with. Oh, whoa, really? Regular Judas to Blue Baby? To what do I owe the pleasure? Look, everybody's gotta have their limits, okay? I know we just had like a default Isaac run. Maybe I just have a victim complex, has been suggested by many of the unbanned requests. However, I genuinely do feel like we've hit a disproportionately bad luck run. A run of disproportionately bad luck, I guess you could say. Specifically when it comes to the characters that we have been assigned. Maybe I'm more likely than perhaps just getting bad luck for a period of time. Perhaps I'm just overestimating how many characters in the game are like kind of, I don't want to say easy, but have a straightforward path to victory, and how many characters in the game are a little bit trickier. That's definitely a possibility. I could be underrepresenting the amount of difficult characters in the game. It would not surprise me. I'm a little scared right now. I never should have walked into that enemy. Feeling a little better now. It's tough. I mean, technically you should take Mom's Bra for the mom transformation, but like the reason I'm not going to do it is because the mom transformation isn't any good is the main problem. I might take it in just for this boss fight though. If they want me to get the mom transformation, my advice on a personal level is maybe make the mom transformation like kind of like worthwhile, and then I'd be happy to pick it up. Hey, I'll go out of my way for Bookworm. Ain't that the truth? That will he ever? Okay, what a shot. Fair enough. Don't. The homing shots in this game are like the most deadly weapon. It's the deadliest catch next to the Alaskan bush crab. Okay, give me this. I will still take Book of Belial on the way down, and then, yeah. Let's have some fun. How we doing? Doing well. It's cold. I know, I don't want to get into the weather debate. Just spare me the weather debate. It's been a long, like, almost 2 years now. Oh, you think that's cold? Well, where I live, that's freezing. Oh, that must suck. No, actually, I love it. Well, it sucks here. Oh, well, I guess that everyone that lives in my hometown must be, like, stronger than everybody that lives in your hometown. Okay, sure, yeah, maybe that's the case. Maybe everyone who lives in Bloomington, Indiana is just stronger than anyone that lives in Vancouver, British Columbia. Maybe that, you know, if you feel that way, it's nice to have a civic pride. Just bothers me when we have the conversation and I'm like, oh, people must be really strong where you live. And they're like, no, I hate everybody that lives where I live. And I'm like, all right, well then, like, shut up, dummy. You know, if it starts like, you know, having acid rain or something. Like, I think it's messed up that you can only apply it to some weather events. Let's put it that way. You know, it's not like whenever there's like an earthquake that's like a 6.5, you see a lot of Japanese people on Twitter being like, oh, that's nothing. I lived through an 8.2. And you're like, you know, you just got to have some commiseration with everybody. But anyway, it's getting chilly here. This weekend, it's supposed to be down around like minus 13 degrees Celsius, which for a city that predominantly stays at its coldest slightly below zero, to be in the minus, like, double digits is actually insane. To the point that, like, they've issued, like, a weather update that's like, hey, I know you love hiking and camping and stuff like that, but make sure if you're doing it this weekend, you take necessary precautions or you'll be dead, and it'll be hard to get your corpse because it's going to be all frozen and stuff. So, yeah. I mean, I do, you know, I grew up in Ontario. I feel weird saying stay safe for a temperature that would be considered like a normal December day in my hometown. But also, like, you know, people live their lives knowing... I refuse. People live their lives knowing that it could be, you know, minus 15 tomorrow and have it not even be out of the norm. So they have, you know, much more insulated winter clothing and, you know, etc., etc. How do you think I feel when, you know, people from Ontario come to Vancouver, it rains 2 days in a row, and they're like, how do you survive? Well, we you know, complain about it, and then we buy an umbrella, you know? It's the same thing. We're all human beings here. Whoa, what a shot. So don't even get me started. But yeah, it's getting a little chilly. And also, I think the older I get, the lower my tolerance for cold is. Or really, I think a better way to describe it is that when I was a kid, if I was uncomfortable, I just didn't care. So even on like the coldest days of the year, my mom would have to fight with me basically to get me to wear, not a hat, because that's like, you know, it just stays on your head, but like to wear gloves and stuff like that, and then have to be the babysitter of those gloves for the rest of the day. I mean, that was a tall task for like 10-year-old me. I was like, I'd rather just put my hands in my pocket all day. Now that I'm older, I'm like, you know, anytime my hands get cold, I'm like, dude, I should have brought gloves. This is crazy. My mom was right the whole time. Now I've tasted the creature comforts of life, and it's hard to go back. Now that I've tasted warmth, I mean, it's like that Bane quote, you know? I did not know the light until I was already a man. Forget what he says. And then it scarred me. Something like that. Its light was blinding. Anyway, long story short, it's like a little chilly. But hey, happy holidays. No. This run is looking certainly like pretty decent. No complaints on offer about this run right here. Had a good stream today. Honestly, dude, the Mario every day just gets me more and more pogged up. Apologies for using the strong language, but it's the darn truth. Every day of Mario, I learn something new that just makes me that much more excited to play Mario tomorrow. They really broke the mold, man, when they made Mario 64. Why didn't it? You never heard about this game. Nobody was ever like, oh, Mario 64, great game. All of a sudden, 2021, I'm finally starting to understand its greatness. Hold on. 3 pills. I'm upset, but not mad. Just upset. I'm not upset. I'm upset. On the bright side, hey, for a 12% speed penalty, we did get a 3% chance to shoot a poison tooth tier. That's not that bad, all things considered. Like, 3% is low in a vacuum, but I mean, it's a 3% chance 4 times a second or something like that. So, you know, it doesn't take too long before you start to see the effects of it. Any port in a storm. I didn't even go to the item room. What's wrong with me? Many people are asking this. But yeah, nothing much is going on, honestly. Just kind of playing it cool, seeing where things go with Omicron, waiting for the text, begging for the location of my booster shot through text. But it's supposed to be 6 months after you get your second shot. So they got a couple of weeks to get that information out to me. Hopefully. But I try, like, as we went through this earlier this year, right? Try not to be a baby about, you know, oh, my booster shot. Because, like, there are countries out there that have not even gotten access to, like, you know, 1 and 2 yet. That being said, I would really like my booster shot. I want my phone call. Alright, just give me my phone call. But whatever. Let's just chill inside. Life goes on. I mean, as long as I got Mario 64, I'm happy, man. As long as Super Mario's got my back, I'm okay. Hey, whoa. Okay, this would be a great time for a surprisingly lucky deal with the angel. Maybe? Next time? Okay, next time. I'll hold you to that. Take me down to the next floor. Thank you. I got the keys to spend on this. The only thing I'll say about this run, in a negative fashion, and I'm willing to take a chance here, is that we have gotten so many active items. Please. Okay, thank you. We have gotten so many active items that, like, we haven't had the chance to really aggregate a large amount of stats. which I think is putting it lightly. The items we do have are actually, like, pretty good, to be honest with you, but we certainly would be better served. You didn't die from that? I'm stunned that I didn't get hit. I should be saying thank you, but at the same time, I thought I was eating your lunch, man. Whatever that means. Range down. Probably won't take that. At the same time, I can't help but think, like, oh, wistfully, what would this run have been like if we hadn't... Okay, I'll just be trapped or whatever. If we hadn't gotten, like, 3 spacebar items and instead... that all happened to be, in my opinion, inferior to Book of Belial, although a couple of them were at least close. If they're inferior, we should probably put our money where our mouth is and actually use the Book of Belial. That's just my 2 cents. Any askers in the chat? Hey, it's the end of the year. You can't be mad that the episode is 90% catchphrases, okay? It's the holiday season. You can't do anything these days. I was trying to get out of a parking garage today. Guy in front of me couldn't even figure out how to put his ticket into the machine so that the thing would come up, and then I was waiting there behind him for like literally 6 minutes. You know what? First couple of minutes, all I saw in my head was red. How could you make it, you know, to age where you buy a Buick, and yet you can't figure out how to get out of a parking garage? Then after that, just one thought filled my head. It's the most wonderful time of the year. And I just sat, like, for 4 minutes, I was just chilling, man. Even the honking could not perturb me. Because what is a honk but raging against an unfeeling universe, you know? I mean, I have said it many times before, so I apologize for this well-trodden ground. I think we need to change the culture of honking. In a car, specifically, in case this wasn't clear. You can't be, and I hope that nobody out here does this, you can't just honk when you're mad. It cheapens the honk. The honk is supposed to be like a warning, like, hey, you're gonna crash into me, or hey, get off your phone, the light turned green, or something like that, right? The honk is not supposed to be like, I'm upset at this situation and I want to express myself. Like, that's beneath you. Don't do that, okay? But that being said, a lot of people do. And it's so annoying to me, because whenever somebody honks, it triggers a chain of honks, because when you are honked at and you can't control the situation, the natural response is to honk back and then shout something like, what do you want me to do? It's not even my fault. And then it just ends up being this, like, you know, it's full honks as far as the eye can see. I didn't even mean to fight this guy, just for the record, but I'm happy we did now. Removes oldest passive item, spawns 2 items from the current pool. Well, 1000% should have used it on the deal with the angel, but that's fine. We'll save it till our next deal with the angel or devil, I think. Losing the leech for 2 angel or devil items would be okay with me, even though it's been a good friend. Speak friend and enter, am I right? Yeah, maybe if your mom's the gatekeeper. Gandalf. We gotta change the honk. The way we honk. Steve Jobs. We gotta change the way we honk. Introducing the eye horn. Anyway, the other thing is when you hear a honk, I don't know about you, I always assume that the honk is directed at me. So it just creates an annoying situation where you're like, what did I do? Did I do something? What did I do? I think we need... Let me say one more thing. There is one other valid honk situation. If somebody cuts you off on purpose, or, oh my god, you don't even want to know the stuff I start to say. When I'm trying to turn left, and there's no left turning lane, I've entered the intersection, preparing to turn left, just waiting for a gap. My light turns yellow. 2 cars run the yellow light, traveling straight, preventing me from turning. That's life in this city. I'm inoculated against that. I've had my 3rd booster shot against that kind of road rage. But when people run the red to sneak in, I'm like, you can't run the red because I'm running the red. I know people are going to look at this and be like, you're part of the problem. I'm just telling you, it's genuine city life, maybe not everywhere, but certainly in Vancouver, if you want to turn left at an intersection and there's no protected left turn light, you're going to have to get in on the yellow. Or slightly later. Or you'll be there literally all day. So you break the law, but just a little bit. And if you didn't break the law, you might as well sell your car. Because if the road is just not designed. Quite frankly, I think the city was not designed for so many people to be, like, living in it. Like, sometimes you'll, like, need to get in a lane here in the modern era. And you just can't get into the lane because, like, there's too many cars in it. And you're like, okay, I guess I will just keep driving straight for the rest of my life. Even though I need to be on the left, I guess I will continue with my straight ahead road. But gotta love it, man. You guys, it's a beautiful city of light. I totally accept a honk in a situation like that. Or if you make a selfish move, and you get honked at, that makes perfect sense to me. I think the honk can serve, in addition to be, hey, watch out! A honk can serve legitimately as a way of being like, hey, you know, frick you. And then they'll be like, hey, frick you. But I still am a real believer in the idea of a reformed two-honk system. One honk is the existing honk. It's for aggressive emotions. The other honk is a polite honk. Maybe like a wah, wah, something like that. Wah, wah. Maybe like wah, wah, something like that. That is just like, thank you. Because I wave, I give the wave, I give like a hat tip and stuff like that, but the people who let me in traffic, I don't think they see it. You know, you got tinted windows, they got tinted windows, they got to be looking at you at the exact second. I think we could incentivize good behavior or better behavior on the road, more altruistic driving, by setting up a situation where there was a polite honk, like a thank you honk, like a meep. I mean, like a I mean, burp. Something like that. I think it would really help, quite frankly. I would send out a lot of thank you honks. But I will also, and we talk about this a lot too, but I'm on my soapbox, so I'm going to keep it going for now. I do not like, however, when people are nice when they're driving in a way that actually makes driving harder. I know we have I'm just being 100% genuine with you. I know we have the credit card. I'm going to go back for it. It's just a long walk for somebody with 0.88 speed. I hate when you come to a four-way stop because we don't have that many roundabouts here. We got a few. They scare me a little bit, even though they're fairly simple, but we got a few. But I hate when you come to a four-way stop, and then there's a set rule. 8 simple rules for traveling through a four-way stop. You proceed in the order that you came to a stop. So when you get to the stop line, you make like a mental note. Like, I am the second person of the cohort that's here. I go after this gold Buick LeSabre. But then the gold Buick LeSabre is like, I'm not like other guys. I'm like a nice guy. So even though he got there a second and a half before you, he thinks you're gonna go, so he waves you through. But it's, 8 p.m. and raining, so I can't see his little hand motion through his windshield. Not that I would even be looking at his hands to begin with. I'm looking to see if I'm about to get T-boned or if I'm gonna run over a pedestrian or something like that. Okay, not an incredible haul, but that's okay. What the heck? That's not the right door. Whoopsie. We've had a lot of backtracking on this one, man. It's kind of crazy. Let me hydrate for a second. The nice thing to do while you're driving is to do exactly the most predictable thing possible so everybody can plan their behavior around that. That's my genuine philosophy. If you want to do something nice in traffic, when somebody's trying to turn right out of a Home Depot parking lot, and there's, like, the big one that gets me the most is, like, when there's bumper-to-bumper traffic and somebody's trying to get out of, like, a store, but the traffic is moving so slowly, and yet one of the people makes a conscious decision that's like, no, I'm not gonna let you in. I'm gonna move one car length ahead instead and make the next person let you in. I couldn't live with myself, man. If you're already not moving, like, why not just let them in ahead of you? Just because they had the audacity to go out for Korean barbecue, you're like, screw you! I would never. No, don't be like that. Let them in. Don't let, but sometimes there'll be like 2 people trying to get out, and I'm like, I gotta hold up my hand. Hope they can see it. Otherwise, I'm giving them an angry honk. I'm like, hey, I let one person in. Now you gotta go back with the rest of society, okay? I'm not the guy who's out here just being like, oh, please take my spot. Can I film? Like, I'm much more like, you know, hey, you've been waiting a while. Come on in. And then I seize the space in front of that to make sure the next person knows I wasn't talking to you. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, jeez, almost got hit there. So for all the positivity on this run and all the negativity, we did just pick up a lot of items. We got some good ones there, too. We have a genuine problem, and the genuine problem is our damage is actually not that good. And the idea is that it would be augmented by our jar of flies, but we need a little bit more. Certainly need a little bit more gas, I think, for us to really get there. I can't believe the shot that thing shot out. How are you supposed to not get hit by that in this tiny room? But I'm optimistic. I'm pretty optimistic. We also still have angel deal chances, which is awesome, because the last deal with the devil was kind of garbage. What item did we lose if we didn't lose the leech? Wasn't the leech our oldest item? I thought it took your oldest item. I don't know, man. I don't have an answer for you, just to be honest. Anyway, 'tis the season. I got lots of thoughts on driving. It's like the only time I get out of the house lately is I get out of the house to go driving and, like, pick up my daughter from daycare. I'm not gonna, like, you know, rag on my daycare provider. She's doing her best. She's doing a great job, especially all things considered. You really, you know, you're gonna criticize somebody who has spent the entire pandemic taking care of children who, like, put everything that they see into their mouths? Like, they're the least sanitary demographic on planet Earth. Like, they poop their pants as a habit. They don't know any better. I'm out here complaining about people who don't wash their hands at the movie theater. She's out here, like, you know, cleaning up literal... I mean, I'm also cleaning up human turds, let's be honest. But still. You get used to it. For anybody, occasionally there will be people in chat that are like, hey, NL, I'm having my first child, you know, in 6 months or whatever. The time frame doesn't really matter too much. I'm just sending it. Can't believe it worked. Any advice? I don't really have any advice, but I do have, like, some, I guess there's maybe words of encouragement. One of the easiest pieces of advice to give is, like, do not sweat the diaper stuff at all. People are so, like, and I said this before our daughter was even born. People are like, are you gonna help out with the diapers? I'm like, yeah. Ew, poop. It's not that it, like, isn't gross, because it is gross, but maybe these are less words of encouragement now. The number one thing that you are going to want for, in all likelihood, is a little bit of time to yourself. Not just time to yourself, time, you know, with your partner, or, you know, but also time to yourself. Just time in general, because it really is like a DEFCON 1, your availability goes straight to near zero sort of situation. At least it has been for me, the way we're choosing to, you know, structure our family situation. You, like, genuinely, I would wipe butts for like half an hour to get half an hour of, like, unfettered Netflix time, without a doubt. The other day, and this has happened, I don't know, probably like 6 times, you know, lifetime. Other day, I was changing her diaper. While she doesn't like to lay on her back while I change her diaper anymore, because she's a strong, independent woman. So she is, like, standing up. I've got her braced against, like, you know, a piece of furniture so that she doesn't have to use her whole leg power to stand up, you know, so she can actually, you know, maintain it for the length of time needed to change the diaper. Take her diaper off. It's full of poop. Big whoop. While I'm putting the new diaper on, she unleashes a full bladder full of urine all over me, my hands, the outside of the diaper that I'm trying to put on her, like our clean floor, you know, etc., etc. I'm gonna be real with you. Didn't even faze me. Not even for a second was I like, oh no. I was like, okay, so it's gonna be a DEFCON 1 diaper. That's fine. We've been through this before. I know we can make it. By the way, if you didn't believe me before when I said we had no damage, that you feel pretty silly right now. So, like, that stuff, it will not... I mean, different people are different. I know some people are like, I'm not like you. I get really grossed out by human feces. I'm like, I get grossed out by it as well. I'm just not a baby. I'm the adult in this situation. Sometimes you're going to have to, you know, deal with stuff like that. Please. I love the tears upgrades. With just a wafer-thin slice of damage would really hit the spot. No, but I get really... like, I gag when I see it. Yeah! It's disgusting. I'm not like you. I really like chicken nuggets. No, I promise you, we are the same. I also really like chicken nuggets. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. The other word of encouragement, if you're in that boat, or maybe you're, you know, you might not even be considering being in that boat in the future, but... you never know. Things change. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I'm not trying to get, you know, r/, you know, child-free or anti-natalist on the case. I'm not one of those people that's like, you know, so when are you bringing me grandkids? I'm just saying, maybe later in life you can think back on this if the situations change and you remember these words of encouragement? You don't have to learn it all on the first day. You know? You pick it up as you go along, and there's different skills that you need. At least this is my take on it right now. At different phases of the baby's growth, you know? Newborn, you gotta be there a lot. You gotta, you know, deal with for most cases, like a serious lack of sleep. You're learning how to give, you know, this creature a bath for the first time in, like, your bathroom sink or something like that. You're like, what the heck is going on? As, you know, you're washing pumps and bottles and, you know, valves you've never seen before in your entire life. You pick it up day by day. Then later on, you know, you learn the skills. You don't take like it's not like you have a really stressful exam one day that's like how to raise a child. You know, you get a lesson every day and you get a test every day, and then you just take it in aggregate. Wow, so inspiring. I know. He's got such a way with words. Yeet, yeet. Let's get it. Okay, I could really use, like, some damage. I could really use some damage. That's the blue map. Things are about to get tough. I mean, the current state of the game, allow me to get on my high horse again for a little bit. The current state of the game is so funny that 4.72 damage actually doesn't seem like something to complain about because of the number of times we've had, like, you know, 3.2 damage when we've made it down here. But it is worth noting, this is 0 damage upgrades. Yes, allow me to be honest, quite a lot of tiers upgrades. And I'm never gonna complain about getting the tiers upgrades. But it would also be quite helpful to be able to perhaps add, like, you know, another 1 to 3 in magnitude on top of the existing damage we have. That's what's so messed up too. Like, I'm so starved for it that even like a pittance would seem like a feast. So if you could just give me like anything, doesn't even have to be Cricket's head, man. If you're, you know, Godhead or something, like, if you just gave me a little slice, I'd be so happy. I'm scared. Not scared. Not scared. I do want the bombs. They're sadly quite important. So yeah, that's like my life lately, which is fine. And again, you know, there's nothing to complain about, really. Pretty excited to finally have a birthday Zoom call with my parents. Happy birthday. Thanks, it was a month ago. But we've just, you know, we've been sick and busy and stuff like that. But now we're finally getting over it. Let's see what we got here. Okay. HP would also hit the spot. Like, we might end up needing a little more of it than previous. So, sure, give me some HP. I wouldn't mind. I want that in Spirit Heart form. Alf is back and in Pog form, by the way. We have the wafer. I completely forgot that we have the wafer. All of my complaints are now insane. I don't know what I was complaining about. We just got Incubus out of Cambian Conception. I'm basically a baby. I'm basically like a little baby. Oh, why? You shouldn't have. Can you give me some HP plus speed, perhaps? Oh, you shouldn't have. Alright, well, that's a pretty quick turnaround. Look, it wasn't a damage upgrade, but it's still really, 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 really good. And also, I forgot that we have the wafer. You got me. I shouldn't have complained so much. What do you got for me? Also, really good. Like, maybe one of the fastest turnarounds in my mood in this game in the last 12 months. It went from 0 to so good so fast. Holy crap. This is also pretty insane. I think we might be at the tier cap, but I'm willing to check. They're going to let me get a little further in. How about that? I would definitely... I mean, the irony, of course, is like we kind of need HP too, but... What the heck? What the heck? The chest changed on me, man! The super mimic. I get maybe they changed mimics to trick you, even if you have Guppy's eyeball. Can I tell you? I actually find that change highly pog. That's the true spirit of mimicry. Or maybe I just wasn't paying attention. But that's the second time that's happened to me semi-recently. And you're gonna laugh. I wanted to do that. I want to lose maybe like one more. Maybe... This seems like enough for me to win the game. Plus we got Cambian Conception. Like, what the heck? What a shot. You know what? Take one more for me then. Go ahead. Okay, 7 rate of fire. It's such a round number. It's got me thinking, like, that's gotta be... like, our cap. But I don't know. 7 rate of fire is insane. Combined with Twisted Pair, combined with Incubus, like, this is incredible. Get owns, get owns. Thank you. Maybe we're flying a little close to the sun. Hey, you know what? NASA just shot a probe into the sun. So if I'm flying close to the sun, you can just call me NASA. Right? Right? Am I right or am I right? His reluctant voices from the peanut gallery. He's not wrong. Mr. NASA. Yeah, that's right. Say my name. Mr. NASA. You're gosh darn right. Alright, I'm mad again, though. Because I don't know where I'm going. That's the only reason. The rest of everything else has become quite poggers, without a doubt. That's all I got, though. Hey, here's a question that you can't answer me because these videos have, like, an asynchronous community dynamic. When the heck Elden Ring come out? I have managed, because I've said it before, I'm essentially, like, hype immune. And I say that sincerely. Like, I haven't even watched the trailer for Elden Ring yet. Nor did I watch any footage of the online test. Nor did I watch its new clip from the Gameplay Awards. Because I just don't care. I know I'm going to play it. It's not even about spoilers. It's just like, why waste 90 seconds, you know? In today's workaday world, with the rat race being what it is, why waste 90 seconds watching a stylized clip of something I know I'm going to play anyway? But if you could tell me when it comes out, so like, is it time to start getting excited yet? Because it comes out in like February? Is that true? Hold on. Okay, Bixby. Okay, Bixby. Hi, Bixby. Hello, Bixby. Oh, wait, Bixby, it replied. What is it? What? Bixby. What? When does Elden Ring come out? It ghosted me, dude. When does Elden... November 12th, 2021? What the heck? That's like a month ago. Okay. February. That's not that far away, man. I honestly... Now, I actually want them to delay it like an extra month or so that I could get a sub 30 in Super Mario 64. Do you think they would do that if I asked nicely? They'd probably be like, what are you talking about? Hasn't that game been out since 1996? And I'll be like, yeah, but my dream is to blow up and act like I don't know nobody. And they'll be like, oh, say no more. I understand. Makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. What is this floor, by the way? Are you seeing this? It looks like a Mark Z. Danielewski book. I don't need to tell you which book. You know which book I'm talking about. Come on. Are you crazy? I just walked over here. You think it's possible that this is close to the boss and that it just loops through the north side of this area? This room is designed to kill you and make you upset. So if you get mad, you lost twice. Let me out! I don't have the speed necessary to get out of there. But are you... wow, okay. My instincts were acceptable there. Are you seeing the DPS we're outputting now, though? It really is some of the fastest I've ever gone from, like, I hate this run to, like, oh, actually, like, this is kind of amazing. Look at the machine gun fire, man. Like, I feel like I'm playing super people. We also just got a succubus. How about that? I love a run where you get punished for your badness in the form of taking damage by receiving the best items in the game. I don't know if Cambion Conception is in the S tier, but I think I could revise its earlier placement, maybe move it up to like the A tier. What a fun item. We have fun here. Soy milk, look, okay, look. Everybody look. Does this even work? Isn't this the one that breaks your game? I'm taking it all. It has been an extraordinarily long time since I had a run like this. And by like this, I just mean that I don't know what's happening. But I like it, you know? Like TV on the Radio's song, Wolf Like Me. Something, something, my something, something, but God, I like it. Sing it with me if you know the words. My heart's aflame, my heart, but God, I dreamy old dreamer. With real voice reveal, by the way. P.S. Real voice reveal. You know what would really hit the spot here? Shielded Tears. Because right now I feel quite vulnerable. I feel like Magneto, for real. You know when he gets like all that stuff circling around him? They'll always be like, hey, you know that, like, you know, your pen has like a little metal point on it? Guess what? Oh, you're dead. That's how I feel right now. Like, it's an incredible sense of power. But also responsibility. That's what's so good. That's what's so cool about it. I'm sorry, but it just asked for an Owen Wilson voice, right? Like, you know, it comes with so much power and so much responsibility. That's what's so... If Owen Wilson was Spider-Man... Wow, Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben, I remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Wow. You know, when I met Loki, I told him that, but he just told me to go frick myself. And I said to him in a whisper, Loki, don't talk like that. We're at the TVA. And there's ears everywhere, Loki. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. See ya. Skirt.